Hey, gentlemen, this is Vince Miller. Thank you so much for joining me for another devotional. Today, we're going to be in John chapter 15. I'm reading verses 12 through 15. Jesus says, "This is my commandment, that you love one another as I have loved you." Feel the reciprocation of love here. Greater love has no one than this, than someone lay down his life for his friends. And clearly, Jesus is going to do that in later chapters here or in moments. You are my friends if you do what I command. Let's go back to that condition of yesterday. There's no such thing as unconditional love. Go back and listen to that devotional. That's what he's saying. If you do what I command, no longer do I call you servants. For the servant does not know what the master is doing, but I have called you friends. New title, new identity, new meaning. For all that I have learned from my Father, I have made known, I have disclosed to you. Now, guys, what Jesus is getting at here is something I wish more believing men really understood about him and the brotherhood of faith. And when a man knows Jesus, he discovers this ever increasing connection to Jesus and his attributes and outcomes that derive from biblical community. But the sad part is most believing men never know this. I mean, too many men claim that they're too busy, that they got too many other things going on. But this is a flat out lie. This statement for men is always and only an excuse. It communicates that they really don't care and they don't think they need it. It's an attempt of being polite to other Christians, but it communicates their trivial understanding of the inputs and the outputs of spiritual community that Jesus is talking about here. And most men don't know this, mainly because they never put in the time or the work. I mean, notice what these men experienced with Jesus. Covenantal relationships, sacrificial commitment, transformed identities. I mean, this is exactly what men want. But they never experience it because they prefer to do life alone, the way that they want to do it. They do it autonomous from community, independent from relationships. That is until they encounter an issue in their life. Then they discover through things like divorce and addiction and unemployment that who they need is Jesus and they need his brothers. And by the way, had they had Jesus and brothers in their lives before all these other things happened, they might have avoided the unnecessary problems and pain that went with all these things. So fellas, it's time to be a little bit more proactive in your spiritual lives. Because guess what? Trials are coming. And we need each other. We need covenantal relationships. We need sacrificial commitment. We need transformed identities. But the only way to know them is to be in it with Jesus. You need to make this a priority in your life, fellas. And that's what these 11 men here needed. These men, the disciples of Christ, are about to discover the trials are coming and they need Jesus and each other. So fellas, make brotherhood a priority today. I love you. I pray this challenged and blessed you, and I pray you'll share it with someone else. I'll see you right back here again tomorrow.